Hello, hello. Day 2, Amazon Prime Day. How's everybody doing? Hopefully you're doing well. Let me check and make sure my mic is on. Audio, check. Yeah, looks like the mic is on. Got my coffee. Anybody else have their coffee? Timo, what up? All the way from New Jersey. Cheap knife from China with the worst scales I've ever seen on a knife. I don't know what that means. Greg McHenry. I had a Kershaw blade. Oh, shutter on me and cut me. Now I don't trust that high carbon steel. I guess we're talking about pocket knives. I think I linked one. Yeah, maybe that's why. I linked my favorite knife. It's a Kershaw. It's like $23. Super cheap. I love this thing. As you can tell, I've gotten some use out of it. But yeah, it's good for me. I'm sorry if anybody had negative experiences with Kershaw knives. I don't make them. I just use them. I like the one I have. All right. Hey, from Denmark. Hello, Michael. Hey, from Slovenia. What up, Marco? Congrats on 200K. The Klipsch R120SW is down. Whoa, to 240 on Amazon. I'm trying to pull the trigger on the RSL Speedway for 10. Let's check that one out. R120SW. Dun, 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 dun. I didn't really find a whole bunch of new stuff. Klipsch R120SW. Look at that. There it is. 2005. What is that? 600? Down to, I'm wondering if this is the one that I have. I don't think it is because no, I think it might be. No, I had one that was like the retail price was something like $750. Hey, I'm wondering, I'm hardwired in. Let me see if I can improve the, no, I can't do it. I was going to see if I could improve my resolution, but I already started it, so I can't. Anyways, it says it goes down to 29 hertz. You know, for a pretty simple sub, but for $250, not a bad deal. All right. So I have, I don't even know if I'm obviously grossly underprepared for this today. Let me do this so I can at least move this around a little bit. All right. And I'll get the affiliate link. If you guys want to support the channel, guys, girls, trees, whatever you are, if you want to support the channel and you use my Amazon link, then you don't have to spend a nickel, and it really helps support the channel. There we go. Star. Hey, from Nova Scotia, Canada. What are your thoughts on Mission MK3? I've never had any Mission speakers in at all. So unfortunately, I don't have any opinion on them. But I've heard good things about Mission. So yeah. Polk ES15 goes for $399 Canadian, but today is $258. Yeah, I was looking at the Polk ES15s yesterday, and I looked up and tried to see if they were running any sales today. And I think they might be done. Oh, they're $250. Yeah, so they're still on sale, which is cool. It's a good speaker. I like these speakers. Very good. Very good. All right, let's go back. Everyone's talking about the SMSL AO300. Looks like cheaper SVS soundbase future review. Yeah, I'll reach out to him. I thought maybe I'd talk to him about that, but I will reach out to him. Dayton Sub 1000 has a coupon making it really cheap, and Duke Audio VU3 on sale for Prime Day also. Ooh, I use the VU3 all the time. The only thing is I've used it so much, I just feel like, you know how an old car just kind of gets like loosey goosey? That's what I kind of feel about the Duke Audio VU3. The one, like, I feel like I need to get a new one because I just don't feel like it's 100%. Like, I have to mess around. Well, look at that. Over a year ago. I have to mess around with like the connections sometimes. But to be fair, like, I've used the heck out of this thing. So I probably got my money's worth. I wish there was like a little bit of a higher quality one, and I would definitely spend twice as much to get just a titch better quality. It still works, but again, it could be my speaker cables too. Might not even be the VU3. Anyway, it's really cool looking, full of show. And it does work, and I've used it dozens of times. Mm-hmm. All right. Morning, Randy and all. Hey, Todd Jorgensen. All right, we got a lot of stuff going on today. Holy cow. 279 people and a lot of comments. Good morning. Did you see the Spin Clean Record Washer Mark II complete kit for $59? Wow. Let's check that out. I did not see that one. Spin Clean Record Washer. Mm-hmm. There you go. Look at that. Typical price $76. I have a Record Doctor. I like it. Ooh, look at that. 3,664 ratings. Can't go wrong with that. Let's get a link for that. Copy. Go over here. Paste. Record cleaner. Very nice. My goodness. All right. Let's go back. Triangle Bro 3s. That's right. Triangle loves their speakers so much that their $600 speaker is now a $300 speaker. Which actually, the Bro 3 at $300 is actually a good $300 speaker. $600, not so much. Triangle Borea. Yep. It's funny because they don't even have their retail pricing here anymore. This is a good, legit, good $350 speaker. I had a pair of white ones. They were good looking. Yeah. Not a bad speaker for $300. Like, actually, probably a pretty good speaker for $350. A little bit veiled through the mid range, but good. It's a very solid, good looking $350 speaker. Look at that. 324 5-star reviews. Very nice. This is a speaker that I actually, for some reason, I have some weird compulsion to want to buy this, even though I've already reviewed it and I'd probably not listen to it very much. But it is a really good deal. I can't believe these things were $650 when they came out. Morning, Eric. How was fall break with the kids? It continues, Ed. It's ongoing. Fall break is ongoing. However, my oldest is at a friend's for an overnight. And I'll probably have to go pick her up later today. My youngest is at grandma's, and I'm going to have to go pick her up later today. So it's going to get real interesting real quick later this afternoon. However, once again, I may put my youngest into gymnastics camp, but I have to call them after this. Bro 3 are good speakers. There you go. I agree. They are good speakers. Not great speakers. They may be great at $350. Yeah. Rubber turntable platter mats are $11.99. Look at that. That's awesome. Hesitating between Wing Mini and Wing Pro. I don't know if the different connections will make a difference for me. I would get the. I mean, I would rather have the connections and not need them than need the connections and not have them. Uh, Actually, if you can swing at the Wing Pro Plus, you don't have a DAC, is a heck of a deal, man. $175 with the remote control. And on the back, let's see if we can get a rear view. There we go. So on the back, you basically now have a standalone DAC because you can do optical in. You can do optical out if you ever get a better DAC. You can coax out, trigger out. And you can put an analog input into this. So not a bad deal, but it's $175. And I get that. That can be a little bit expensive. The Wing Pro, $120, same thing. Wing Mini, I think, is what? I think that's $72 today. $78. It was $72 yesterday. Still a deal. Still a big deal, baby. Let's see what else. Polk. Oh no, this is weird. Is that the S or is that the ES? No, Signature Elite. This is weird. I thought that, like the other listing was like $200. Sorry, my dog's barking. As per usual. It's a good speaker for $195. I hate it when my dog barks. I should have put her away, but I always forget. And she always barks when I'm on a live stream. Like it legitimately never fails. Karsten, another $5. Early like button. Reminder to help hit the algorithm before the video is over. Thank you, Karsten. Yesterday's did really, really well, like 17,000 views, which is very atypical of a live stream. Some of these do pretty well. Oh, Koss Porta Pros. Let's check those out. I think I spent $35 on mine. Koss. I got a song stuck in my head from Avenged Sevenfold. Yeah, these are the ones. $35. I don't know about the Porta Pro. Oh, here's the Porta Pros. These are the ones I have. I like these. A little bit veiled through the mids though, but very good for their price. Not a Prime deal, but OSD subwoofers are 45% off. Are they on Amazon? OSD is I wish they would send me some stuff because I've seen their stuff and it looks pretty good. Isn't the Wing Pro equipped with an improved DAC and it handles Chromecast? The Wing Pro actually has the same DAC as the Wing Mini. The Wing Pro Plus is the one that has an upgraded DAC. I think here's the problem. I don't use Chromecast. I think the Wing Pro does handle Chromecast. I know the Wing Pro Plus does. Harmonic Dyne Athena 119. Golly, that's a good deal too. I think where is that? Maybe I just sent them to a friend. I think I just sent those to a friend. No, I didn't. I have them laying around here. I was going to send them to a friend, but then I couldn't find the cord, so I sent them another pair. I sent them the Ghosts. That's what I sent them. Harmonic Dyne Athena. Sennheiser. Look at them going hard. Yeah, this is actually a really, really good headphone. What did I do with them? I legit just had these out because one thing I had to do was I just sent some stuff out this morning, and I'm terrible about sending stuff out. So I usually put it off and then it's like a week later and I still haven't sent it out. So I boxed some stuff up. They must be laying around here somewhere because I was going to give him the Athenas, but then I ended up giving him the Ghosts instead because the Ghosts were all boxed up. Heck of a deal. 119. These aren't built like great, but they sure as heck sound good. And for 119, I would rather have these than something like the AKGs or anything like that. That's a really good. Thanks for that recommendation because that's an awesome deal. Yay! Wing Pro Plus not available here. Ugh, I'm sorry, man. That stinks. All right, let's see what else. Did I miss any super chats? I think Karsten's the one that's blowing up my super chats today, buddy. Thank you, Karsten. Mookie, M20-3, $66. Yes, we talked about the Polks yesterday, and that is a good deal. Mookie. They have a powered version of the three-way. It's terrible. But the passive was okay. I don't see him. Let's go Mookie. Speakers. There we go. $65. Last purchased March 14th. Yeah, these aren't terrible. I mean, you got to bear in mind, like, you're going to get maybe 70 dB out of these things. So this is a low volume speaker. Don't expect this thing to rock the house down. But for $66, it's actually really good. Wing Pro definitely does Chromecast. Perfect. Thank you. Where can someone get a deal on an Eversolo streamer? I don't think you can. You can hardly find an Eversolo streamer actually in stock. I use the Fozzy V3 amp and mostly play vinyl. What's a good set of speakers that the Fozzy can drive well? You know, I think they drive most speakers. I know a guy, one of my patrons drives a pair of Von Swaggerts off of his Fozzy V3, which is like thousands upon thousands. It's a very high-end speaker. He plays it with his V3. What speaker did I just do? Oh, the Boo cards, but they're pretty expensive. What would be a good cheap speaker? Let's see. Let's look at the Q acoustics. We'll go all the way back to the 3020s, 3020i's. You on sale? They are not on sale. Let's just look at the Sonys. I don't think their sensitivity is terrible. Hold on. Maybe I should share my screen. Let's see. 100 watts. There we go. Sensitivity. I mean, they're 87 dB. So the Fozzy V3 is actually not a slouch when it comes to power. So I think it would drive them really well. The problem is the Sonys are a little bit tilted on top, and that Fozzy's a little bit thin on the bottom. So actually, let me walk this back. I think probably the Polk ES15s might be a better fit. ES15 click. Let's see what the sensitivity on these is R. All right. Looks to kill. Look at that. All right. Blah, blah, blah. High res certified. Where is it? Where are you? Where are you? Sensitivity. 8 ohm. All right, let's go to Crutchfield. No, Crutchfield. Do I have it? Crutchfield. Hulk ES 15. Oh, since 85. All right. Still low. You know what? I don't think the Fozzy V3 is going to have but like we got to have reasonable expectations here. You'll probably be able to get 80, 85 dB out of them, but 85 dB, the speaker is going to start falling apart at 85 dB because almost all somewhat affordable bookshelves start to kind of fall apart at 85 dB. So you're going to be able to get the limits out of these with the Fozzy V3, if that makes sense. The only problem is you don't have tone controls though. So if you do want to change things up, you know, but that's a super clean amp. Very good amp. It's a super clean amp. There we go. Fozzy BT20A is 20% off, but still 88 pounds. I can't bring myself to buy that when I built my own TPA 3255 amp module last week for about $25. That's cool, man. That is very cool. Yeah, I think all the Fozzy stuff is on sale. Fozzy amps. There we go. You got the BT30. I don't know that one. BT28 Pro, I think is $80. $80, yeah. And then V3, $72. It's a crazy price. Crazy good price. I wish it gave us the option for the 48-volt power supply. What is this best small amp to turn passive speakers into Bluetooth enabled? There's a whole bunch of little ones. Fozzy Audio BT. Hold on, let me go back. Fozzy Audio BT 20A Pro. There you go. That's the best small amp to turn your passive speakers into Bluetooth enabled. Right here. $80. That's what I would do. And it's just legitimately just sounds really, really good. Very good. My heart wants the Emotivas. They seem to tick all of the boxes for clarity and bass from what people have said and aren't very expensive. Yes. My heart says that your heart is correct. Let's see what they have in stock, though. Emotiva processor trade-in event. Now direct in Europe. Emotiva's taken over the world, man. Like I'm so happy for them that they have direct sales in Europe now. All right, let's see what's in stock. T3 Plus in stock. C3 Center, C2 Center, 350, 750. All right, T0 Plus, pair of those, 350. Let's see if they're in stock. Yep, it says they're in stock. Okay, boom. These are awesome. If anybody's looking for surrounds or height speakers, I have a pair and I love them. Atmos speakers. Love them. Whoops, I'm on the wrong page. All right. Out of stock. C1 Plus. B2 Plus. $360. What a deal. What an incredible deal. When these first came out, they were $500, and then they went up to $550, and now they're down to $360. Incredible deal. If you want like one of the best speakers around, the B1 Plus has a little bit cleaner mid-range, but it's also they're unavailable. Never mind. B1 Plus have a little bit cleaner mid-range than the B2 Plus. And these are available. So I have an Emotiva link in the description. It's an affiliate link. If you click and you buy, I get a commission. But these right here are ridiculous. Ridiculously awesome. I love them. They're right here. Actually, I love them so much, I need to change them out because I listen to them constantly. And like I don't know, it's time for another pair of speakers because I just love these so much. All right. Back to the comments. All right. Did I miss any super chats? Which would you get? A Relic BP50 for $80 or Fozzy Audio BT30D Pro for $88? I'm going to put it with the Ween Pro. Do I need a DAC to go with it? If you get the Ween Pro Plus, that's got a decent DAC in it. I have the Arylic BP50. I haven't listened to it yet, though. And I've never listened to the Fozzy Audio BT30D. So, unfortunately, I couldn't answer that question. Personally, for me, I would get the Ween Pro Plus because you have a 4493 DAC chip inside. You can run a TV into it or run another. And so you're pretty much all taken care of because if you get the Ween Pro, that's $120, and then you get you're still going to need an amp because that Relic BP50 is a preamp. So I would go V3, Ween Pro Plus, really, if you can. And then you have a 10-band EQ, so you can do any tone controls through there. But if you need a HDMI, then probably the BP50. Which I'm hoping it's going to be good because, I don't know. It's just, if it's good, it's $80 too. Yeah. And I think I even linked it. And I don't normally link stuff that I haven't listened to, but I legit just bought it for, God bless America. I just bought it for $100 and now it's 80. And like if I wasn't so lazy, I would actually return it just to get the $20 back. Return it and buy it again. Look at that. Last purchase, October 5th. So this is $20 less than what I paid for it. So not a bad deal. I tell you, if it sounds, yeah, not a bad deal. Not a bad deal. All right. Spencer Steele, I missed your super chat. Let's go back up. All right, we got GR. We're going. We got Karsten. We're going. Oh, Spencer Steele. RSL Speedwoofer 10. Speedwoofer 10 Mark II worth $200 of the clip. Yes, it is. And is there a better, less than $500 slim center channel than the Klipsch R34C? It depends on what front speakers you're running. I mean, people say that you want to keep your front and your center the same family, basically. I've only had like one or two experiences where it's been distracting enough that I noticed that off-branded center and fronts, I could tell a difference. But the rule of thumb is to keep them the same family, or keep it the same speaker. Like if you can buy a set of single speakers, like I know RSL actually sells, it's funny, is RSL, I use the 2-woofer version of the RSL speaker. I use that for my center speaker. And I do have it laid on its side. But I've also used one of their single little speakers as a center speaker too. So you don't need like a 2-woofer. You can just use any speaker for a center speaker. And a lot of times they actually sound better because when you lay a speaker on its side, sometimes you can have all sorts of, I don't know, comb filtering, crap like that. Smart people would know about it. Personally, I don't. But I've put many a regular speaker just up as a center speaker. Worked great. Works awesome. But to answer this question, is the RSL Speedwoofer worth $200 over the Klipsch? Absolutely. The Klipsch, nothing wrong with it. It's going to go boom. But that is, I guess you could call it an entry level, or really, that's kind of a subwoofer that maybe people that don't know about subwoofers buy. Again, there's nothing wrong with it. It'll go boom. I have a Klipsch upstairs. I think it's that one, or maybe it's the step up from that one. It's great. I listen to it for movies. But the Speedwoofer Mark II is a legit sub that's gonna last you a lifetime. I'll put it to you this way: I don't think anybody has ever regretted giving RSL their money. And small outfit, family run, I think, and you're gonna get great customer service. Not saying there's anything wrong with Klipsch, just saying that it is definitely worth $200 more. All right, put that one. Sorry, I missed that one, Spencer. A lot of stuff coming in. All right, James Ox got you. Karsten, $2. Karsten's spending money for me. All right, Spencer Steele. All right, we got that one. Did you super chat me twice, Spencer? I'm sorry, man. All right. Travis Dews, $4.99. Contemplating getting the bass modules from CSS Audio to add to my one TDX speakers. Thoughts? Would be connected to a Peachtree Nova 300. I have no idea what the bass modules are. Is that like making the one TDX into kind of like the speaker that Jay did from Jay Ziyagi? Let's check it out. CSS bass modules. All right. CSS audio bass modules. Three-way bass module add-on pair. Is it $750? Okay. What is that? I don't know, man. I mean, the one TDX already they hit like 30 in room, man. Like, how much more bass do you need? For $750, I'm gonna say no. It's not worth it. Like, I don't know why you would need more bass, and it's passive too, so it's not like you're adding a subwoofer. I mean, I would, if you want to. Is that a pair? Yeah, it's a pair at least. I mean, I would just get a subwoofer if you want more bass. So no, I don't think it's worth it. And I like CSS Audio too. One of the owners was a sub nuke guy. But I mean, I've had two pairs of Crichtons, and the last thing that I thought I needed was more bass. So maybe, I don't know. I mean, $750 is a lot for some passive woofers. Just bought Emotiva T2, B2, C3, A1, RSL12. Any receiver recommendation deals that would really round out this rockin' home theater? Yeah, go back to Emotiva, man. They had that bring us your dead thing. No, I don't have Emotiva up anymore. Here, let me bring it up. I went out there last year. I cannot believe it's already been a year. All right. There we go. Shop now. All right, so you send them anything with a here you go. Anything with an HDMI cable. The Basics MC1 is savings on our part. New, the Basics MC1 is $1,099. That can't be right. With a trade-in, it's only $799. That can't be right, can it? New, the Basics MC1 is $1,099. With trade-in, it's only $8. So that's what I would do. I would send them some piece OS something with an HDMI and get that for $7.99, and then get like one of their amplifiers for, yeah, that's what I would do. A 7, yeah. It sounds like you've got some, it sounds like you have a pretty decent budget there. That's what I would do. All right. And then you can also look at the Marantz. What is it? The Slimline NR1711. That's pretty good. You can also look at the Pioneer VLX VX305. That's awesome. It has Dirac in it. I think it's around $1,000. I would look at something like the Onkyo, though, that has preamp outs for everything. So if you're not going to get this processor, then I would get the Onk with preamp outs. And then you're kind of protecting yourself long term, and you can get an outboard amplifier. So yeah. Sounds like a heck of a system, man. Wyatt, thank you for inspiring me to buy a cheaper system. I would never have been able to afford the system I thought I needed. You're welcome, Wyatt. There's a lot of awesome stuff. Actually, I'm going to go super cheap after this video. Well, I take that back. I've got a set of B&Ws up there, but I'm going to strip down the. So I got a funny story. All right. So Wyatt, thank you for the super chat, and you're welcome. All right. Next up is DJ. So I've got a funny story. Okay. So I have an Emotiva RMC1L, which is a very expensive surround processor. I got that last year on the Bring Us Your Dead. So I took them my Marantz NR1711, put that money towards an RMC1L. Okay. So I have that. It's a supercar. Like it's a legit like sports car supercar. So there's a lot of things on there. I mean, it's almost infinitely customizable. There is a certain way that you have to do the HDMI eARC or things flip out. And so I actually had to call in. We walked through it. I did it in the correct order, and man, it's been rock solid since. So I wanted to test out an HDMI eARC product. So I legitimately unplugged the HDMI from my TV, which is the eARC, and plugged it into the new product. And then I had to go into the TV settings and change it from multi-channel to stereo. And it worked, on the new thing. And then I went to put it back into the Emotiva, flipped out. It made everything. So I had to kind of go back through. And so it's not a problem with the Emotiva. It's a problem with the TV, how the TV interacts with the Emotiva. So I legit had to like turn off my TV, restart the TV, unplug the TV with it plugged into the Emotiva when the Emotiva was on ARC. So it's a Hisense TV, and their HDMI is finicky. So anyway, I thought that was a funny story. It wasn't funny at the time because it really ticked me off. All right. DJ Brandel, $5. Suggestion for an eARC 2.1 channel receiver amp I can use for bookshelves in a small sunroom. Don't need anything crazy, but better than the soundbar. You got it. Let me show you what we have. We have the SVS Soundbase Pro. There you go. SVS Wireless Soundbase Pro. Okay. So this has Play-Fi streamer. Not great, but the amplifier and the remote control makes up for it. What does this product cost? About $800? No, $700. Okay. So this is a really fair price for a really good product. Let's flip it around. All right. So on the back, you have a fully functioning DAC. You have optical in. You have coaxial in. Nope. Come on now. Let's see. We can't get any bigger than that. All right. So you have optical in, HDMI in. You have line out, so you could use this as a preamp later if you want to. You have a sub out, all right? You have a line in, so then you can put something like a phono preamp or whatever else you want in there. So you can put like a CD transport here, your TV here, phono preamp here. You can hardwire it in and out. It's got Bluetooth, it's got AirPlay, it's got just about everything. Most importantly, it sounds really good. It sounds very good. And it comes with a remote control. The previous generation did not come with a remote control. So at $700, and this thing is powerful too. So at $700, I legit think this is the best HDMI enabled amplifier that you can get, and you get streaming and all sorts of stuff. So that is my recommendation for a 2.1 channel amplifier I can use for book show. Okay. So that's number one. Okay. If you can't afford that one, do not despair. You can get, now this is a significant step down in sound quality, but in a pinch, it's not terrible. It's this one, and it's $111. Okay, on the back. On the back. Oh, here, I'm gonna undo your thing so we can see this. All right. No, go away. There we go. All right, on the back. All right, so you got that. You got speakers out. What do you have a ground for? Oh, I guess you have a phono input on this one. All right, so you have a phono input on this one. You have another line in, subwoofer out, optical in, eARC, USB. God, they're just throwing the kitchen sink at this thing. Then you have Bluetooth. Here's the problem: when you have all this for $120, chances are they're not doing it all very well. But if you just want something that's like a soundbar replacement in another room and it sounds okay, it's got tone controls. For $111, it probably sounds like it's $175. Okay, so you're getting $175 for the sound from $111. The SVS Soundbase Pro sounds like a $700 amp. Okay, so keep that in mind. If you're just doing TV and movies, though, it'll be fine. But if you really want something that's going to be with you for a while and is going to work for a while, the Soundbase Pro is the way to go. Way to go. $700. Not bad. You can also look at the Blue Sound Edge, which is around $700 or $800. You're not going to have preamp outs though, and it's a little bit limited compared to the Soundbase Pro, but it's got the Weem, it's got the Blue Sound app, which is like, that's worth a lot. There's a lot of value there. Ramon, $5. Thank you. Thank you very much. Any subs on sale worth buying? Let's check it out. You know what's funny is, like, on live streams, I get so many sub questions. If I put out a subwoofer video, like, not very many people watch. Or I mean, in comparison to like my other stuff. All right, so we got the Klipsch. All right, you can get a rail. I guess the rail's normally $850. Sony, here we go. This is actually a pretty good deal. The retail on this is $250, but this is really $148 subwoofer. So actually a good deal. Okay. Now let's go back. Boop. All right. Best to San. Stay as far away from this thing as you possibly can. I had a Best to San, and it's terrible. Absolutely terrible. I cannot. There's no redeeming factors for that subwoofer, so I would stay away from this brand right here. Rail, $450, 10% off. DefTech, probably overpriced, but it's still probably going to be good because DefTech's actually pretty solidly built, but they're overpriced. ELAC, I don't know anything about these, But let's see. Let's see if it was 10% off coupon. Actually, if it's 10% off, that would really. All right, so if it's 190, it takes $20 off. So that's $180. I mean, why not? Try that one. Who's Electronics Expo authorized dealer? I mean, it looks okay. See what the back looks like. Oh. This looks, yeah. This doesn't look great. I mean, it's got speaker level ends, but whenever you have push pins like that, it's not great. All right. What do you got? Klipsch Synergy. I don't know that one. I've heard decent things about these. The Yamos. They're not bad. PSW 10. I have 2 of these in my son's room. It's not worth $220. Actually, these used to go on sale for $99 before all the health issue stuff happened a couple of years ago. So this is actually used to be $100 sub. Now it's $220, and occasionally it goes down on sale for $150. I think the biggest deal right here is this Sony for $150. Keep in mind, this thing is not going to be like the latest and greatest. This is not an RSL. This is not an SVS. But for $150, not terrible. So it is worth buying. Have you evaluated the A07 Max amplifier yet? Waiting for your views on the same. Regards. Yeah, I think so. I think I've done that multiple times. The A07, IEMA A07. Yeah, it's good. I think Fozzie's kind of leapfrogged them a little bit with the V3, but yeah, the A07's good. Yeah, it is good. The Sony SSCS9, it's decent. Good morning, Randy. Is the 5 amp 48 volt power supply worth the $59? I purchased the orange volume knob for my TV 10D, which I do love. So I was considering it. Yeah, I mean, $60 is not very much to pay for a little bit of insurance. So sonically, I don't know if you're going to hear a difference. But if you're listening to something like, I don't know, some Korn or like some Beastie Boys, get a good bass hit, you're going to want a little bit of extra juice in there. So yeah, I think it's worth it. $60 too. I mean, we can spend that on a few pizzas for the kids, right? Wow, I have a lot of comments down here. So would the SACS9 be a good compliment? Yeah, for sure. I mean, you got a crossover on there, so it's going to be a decent sub for any speaker, really, because you just set your crossover. But yeah. Budget power amp recommendations. Prefer A/AB. Handy with soldering iron, so DIY is an option. DIY AB is not nearly as commonplace as like DIY Class D because you can just buy the modules. Any 3255. This is Class D though, so any 3255 would be good. If you want Class A, then one of the most widely available Class A kit amps is the Amp Camp kit. I've built one. Sound pretty good. Pretty low power. Class AB, you could look at the G horns. That's some real good shit. All right, they are 300 a piece. Okay, I think they put out 15 watts. 10 watts. All right, 15 watts into 4 ohms. Okay. Best power amp, budget power. Okay. Now, here's another one. Monolith. M2100X. So traditional component sized, decent power. I think you're getting like 90 and 135. Yeah, so 2 times 90 um, into 8, and then 2 times 135, I believe, into 4 ohms. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, it's well built. Looks good. This is probably like it's got a toroidal transformer, and you can also get this in a 5-channel variation too. It's got XLRs, but those XLRs are not actually balanced, so they're pretty much just there for convenience. So I'm pretty sure that one of these pins is not connected at all. So class AB, component sized, $400, decent power. It's probably the best deal. God, I'm not even showing my screen. I cannot believe this. I am so sorry. All right. It's just going on and on and on. All right. So this right here, Monolith M2100X is probably the best deal you can get for Class AB. If you want Class A amp camp kit, if you want Class D, there's all sorts of DIY options you can get with 3255 amp chipset, which is the one that I would recommend because the other ones sound like crap. All right. Steve Zeidman. Just here to say hi. I'll have to see the deals later. Steve, you got everything you need. You don't need any deals. V3 with 48 volt from Fozzy website is $105. Listen, I love Fozzy. Love them. I don't think there's ever been a complaint about their customer service, but there have been other companies from China that if you order direct and you have any issue, you're pulling teeth to get anything done. I think Fozzy's pretty good with their customer service, though. May not be like that. I'll tell you who it was. SMSL, SU1. I had a buddy buy an SU1. Didn't work very well. He sent it back and said there's nothing wrong with it. And he had to send it back at his cost. So I often tell people that if you're going to buy something like Fozzy Audio, IEMA, buy it from Amazon, put it through its paces within the return policy. Because if you do have an issue or if you do need to return it to China, then you're probably going to be out a bunch of money. And when it gets there, they're going to be like, there's nothing wrong with this. And like you got to consider what you're saving here. So if it's $105 and then you can get the V3 here for $72 and you can buy the 48 volt power supply for $60. So what you're saving is about $30, right? $35. If something goes wrong, you're going to spend that in shipping, but you're also probably going to spend like $1,000 in your own time. So it's always probably better to spend a little bit more money and buy it with a really good from a place that has a return policy than to buy it directly. Because Chinese companies just aren't there with customer service yet. It's just not. I wish they were, but they're not. So anyway, that's me preaching today. JPK, $5. I have an Emotiva 5.4.2 setup and upgraded the B2 Plus mains to the T2s. What do you think the next most important channel is to upgrade or add? Center. For sure, center. Because I mean that's where all the info is going. Like 90% of the info from home theater is going straight to the center channel. So that's what I would do. I don't like spend a ton of money or like thought into height channels, surround channels, or anything like that. So the most important thing in my opinion is center, and then the fronts for home theater. And then I like the Emotiva Atmos. Like I think if you should have very clean, clear Atmos speakers, especially if you're bouncing them, because you want as much treble info as you can with a Dolby upward firing Atmos speaker, because those are the smallest frequencies, shortest, so they bounce really well. So if you have like a Dolby Atmos bounce speaker and it has crappy treble, then you're really not getting much out of it. Anyway, Carson's Fozzy sells the 48-volt 5 amp regular power supply for $59. Then also a 48-volt 5 amp for $89. I've only seen consumer, I don't know what GAN is, in phone chargers. Any audio benefit? I don't know what a GAN is. GAN, I'm sure it's some power supply. But then also, Fozzy sells a 48-volt 5 amp regular for $59, but then also a 48-volt 5 amp GAN power supply. I'm sorry, Kirsten. I don't know what that is. Atmos bouncy house speakers. LOL. Yeah. JBL A100P sub. Any good? If it's their big heavy duty one, then yeah, it's actually really good. And it goes on sale occasionally. Like at its retail price, no. But oftentimes it goes on sale, and JBL is weird. They don't do sales for the Stage series, probably because it's the borderline. I think they're direct to customer with their Stage series. JBL. You can really tell like what JBL's into when you go to JBL. Like it's all about like Bluetooth speakers and stuff. Like you have to like really dig deep to even find their passive speakers. And where are their passive speakers? Outdoor speakers, home audio. Home audio. Here we go. Finally, we can get to some loudspeakers. All right. So you have to dig. On the JBL website. And their website's loading. Okay, here we go. All right. So A120s at 250. No, not even close. A130s at 300. No, not even close. This is a $200 speaker. These studios, they're okay. I don't love them though. Yeah, everything's ridiculously high. So, you should be looking to pay like 50% or maybe like 70% of what they're charging. Home audio, sound bars, home speakers, accessories. Yeah. Anyway, it's interesting if you think about like Harman and then what JBL is like today. I don't blame them. I mean, Bose is the same way, right? So, anyway, they do have a subwoofer though. It's in their like entry level series, and occasionally it goes way on sale. And at that point, it's a good deal. Do you think the stars could be alive, but we just don't know it? Sure. The GAN FETs have a much lower RDS, lower resistance when turned on, so super efficient. Okay, very cool. So it's a very efficient power supply. Very good. What about the Emotiva A2 Mini? Yeah, for budget AB. Yes, very, very good. I should have mentioned that. Very good. Any experience with the ELAC DB reference bookshelf speakers? Yes. And if so, do you have a better sub pairing recommendation than the ELAC sub 1010 without having heard it, presumably? Yeah, ELAC DB reference. I have them. I love them. I bought them really early on in the channel. Yeah, and for subs, it'd be the same kind of recommendation. So SVS, RSL, and then Emotiva has got some good subs. So any of those. And again, like any sub that has a crossover is going to be able to play with any type of speaker. And with the debut reference, I think they confidently go down to like 40, low 40s. So most subwoofers, their crossover, the lowest setting is 60. So yeah, just about any subwoofer. And it's not like you're going to be able to hear like all this detail and crap like that at 60 hertz, regardless of what people would say. So any subwoofer, any decent subwoofer from SVS, RSL, or Emotiva is gonna is going to help you out. ELAC is a great speaker company. ELAC is not a great subwoofer company. SVS is a great subwoofer company. RSL is a great subwoofer company. Emotiva is a great subwoofer company. So buy a sub from a subwoofer company. Buy a speaker from a speaker company. But ironically, SVS and Emotiva both make really solid speakers, and RSL really. RSL speakers are a little bit more home theater focused, but SVS and Emotiva both have excellent speakers. All right, gallium nitride. I've heard that before. Like I keep one of my patrons going on and on about gallium nitride. That must be like some new. Other YouTubers must be talking about gallium nitride amplifiers. Anyway. All right. Day 2 is over. So if you're thinking about buying something, probably buy it today. If there's anything that tickles your fancy, you save a couple of dollars. Day 2, October Prime Day, is going to be in the books for the Cheap Audio Man. So I hope you all have a great rest of the week. Great day. What is today? Is it Wednesday? I think it is Wednesday. It is Wednesday. So have a great Wednesday, hump day. More videos coming out. So I love y'all. Thank you so much. Thanks for getting me over 200,000 subscribers. Y'all are great. If you want to help the channel out, use any of the links in the description. That would really help me out. And be safe. Have fun. Save some money on hi-fi and home theater. Bye, 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 bye.